sabi wetin we carry for her. But they move closer before them to sabi. I said they never know wetin we carry for body. But they move closer before them to sabi. Ọ̀gbìn lọ lọ́jà ẹyẹ, ìléhùn ló lájú. Ẹyẹ tó lórí kodò ní àná pẹ̀jẹ̀ lẹ́nu. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ilẹ̀ bàbá wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ fún ìlú bàbá wa. Ká jùmọ̀ sowọ́pọ̀ ká lè tójúlú àga. Òdúdú àbúgbà lè kíkà. Ọmọ Odùduwà ṣe kiri. Ẹ dìde fún ẹ̀kọ́ adúláwọ̀. Ká lè jọ jùmọ̀ gbé. Délẹ̀ ìlérí. Àwa lè gba ògo ilẹ̀ wa. Ká ṣiṣẹ́ ká lè jọ gbàdé. Ká lè gbàdé adé adúláwọ̀. Yóò tàn káàkiri. Koikimedia, àwa là ń jẹ́ ètò tó pọ̀jù ògbó. Ìwà mọ̀lì. Kásá. Ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà wà kájé bùbá yín jẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògbó. Ìwà mọ̀lì. À ń gbèsò lárugẹ, à ń gbàsà lárugẹ. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògbó. Ìwà mọ̀lì. News and sports. Ẹ máa rí gbọ́. Ètò tó pọ̀jù ògbó. Ìwà mọ̀lì. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀bí ló ní kí n máa ké tantan. Koikimedia ọlọ́lágbájú mọ̀ mi. Má bá ṣe lọ. Ọmọ Yorùbá nìyẹn, ọmọ Yorùbá tata o. Àwọn gbádùn rẹ̀, ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀bí. Ṣẹ́yìn ló máa fi dìbò tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa ń dé mádémádé. Ẹ̀yin lọ́mọ onígbò máa wọ̀ o. Igbó máa wọ̀ lájòjì ò gbọ́dọ̀ wọ. Àjòjì tó bá wọ bẹ̀ á tẹ̀lé ní ẹbọra. Ẹ̀yin lọ máa náwó òyìnbó tó dé. Ìgbà tó yìnbó dé o. Owó náà dẹ́ tún pọ̀ sí o. Koikimedia sáwa ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àdáńsọ àtúnpèrè gidi. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àwa là ń gbètò lárugẹ ní kájọgbọ́. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àkúnjà fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ wa, fẹ́tọ̀ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ọmọ Oòduà ni wá o, tọkàntọkàn. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ikú tó ṣe rí lébi òsì, àdìmú bàbá iyọ̀. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. We bring you one closer to your doorstep. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Afẹ́fẹ́ tó ń fẹ́ o, tó ń kàgé ògo lára ni. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àpèrè gèdè Olódùmarè ló fún wa ṣe. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Gbogbo ayé ẹ gbọ́, àwa ní bàbá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Ẹ máa bọ̀ wá ẹgbẹ́ polówó ọjà yẹn wá o. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Òdúdúwà lágbèdá ní òtítọ́ lágbèdá ní. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àgbésọ̀dálẹ̀, àgbésọ̀dígẹ̀ta. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Àgọ́tàn, àgọ́pẹ̀rẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀. Koikimedia àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia we bring you one closer to your doorstep. Àwọn ní bàbá. Koikimedia is around. To give us latest. Is around o. To give us latest. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kálẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Ladies and gentlemen, ẹ mú kálẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Ẹgbẹ́ tí ẹ̀kọ́ ètò tó kojú gbogbo. Koikimedia is around. Wow, it's been some time. But a dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run. A dúpẹ́ fún àwọn onílẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ fún fámílì mi. Mo dúpẹ́ fún bàbá Akíntóyè. Mo dúpẹ́ fún olóyè Ìgbòho. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tí ẹ fún wa ní àsìkò
in the history of Yoruba people to be part of this most important struggle in the history of mankind. Mo kí Ọba Elédùmarè tó dá gbogbo ìran ọmọ Yorùbá tí kò ṣe wá ní ẹ̀yà míì. Mo dúpẹ́ fún gbogbo àwọn orí adé tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá láì yọ ẹnìkankan sílẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ fún ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. I've been quietly for days now working behind the scene. Nítorí pé mo ní àwọn team tó strong that can manage the affairs when I'm not live. But mo dúpẹ́ pé at no point the platform has been quiet. And it shows that whether I am live or not, life will just continue. But mo kí gbogbo wa níbikíbi tá bá wà. Ìrìn àjò tá wà yìí is a very, very important one. Ó mú àwa kan jura wa lọ. Some are taking it as a joke, while people like us are not taking it as a joke. And that's why sometimes I don't smile and I try to be very, very serious, because it's all about life and death. Let's just catch up, because there's a lot going on. This is a live transmission, 2024 hour. I know there was a bit of hiccup with the press release that was mixed with the date, but we've been able to amend it, and the press release still goes as it is. I'll read it again, because everything that we are doing is documented for the next generation. Just like some of us are privileged to live in a country like this, that people fought with their lives. I want if me wa ṣe, but and try. Mo sọ fún yín pé ìntàgbé dání a máa ná tán bẹ́ẹ̀ ni náwó. Ẹ ń gbìyànjú. I will just leave it for those that have wisdom to take it like that. Where will me dáadáa, mo sọ fún yín pé èmi ni the last man standing lórí ìrìn àjò yìí. Èmi ni the last man standing. Ibi tó lóyè Ìgbòho bá dẹ̀ ń lọ àti bàbá Akíntóyè ni mò ń tẹ̀lé wọn lọ. Those are my leaders, and I live every day of my life to be grateful for them. Out of the millions of gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ tó léfọ̀n tó lékànnà, these two have proven beyond human being that we can achieve what we are taking, which is our identity. Tó bá ti sọ identity ẹ nù, you've lost everything. Kò sówó tó lè ní, tí ó bá ti lè sọ identity ẹ nù, you've lost everything. I pity a lot of people that call themselves Nigerians, fully thinking that you are a Nigerian because òyìnbó ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Let's play the anthem and then I'll go into the program. I've decided to start the Koikimedia because sometimes I just want to play around with my system. I have a good system, but sometimes I just want to share the program if you can. We are in danger. Massive one. One more request. You are not looking to these media, and there's so many media that are working. I've sit behind the curtains and I've watched all the fantastic medias. So you've not missed anything, even if I'm not live. Probably maybe a Koroju Milason, but you can feel me if you are with me. I sleep late, I wake up early, and we make sure that Lori platform we have been working back to back. But many people are waiting for the big players. I was watching a documentary this afternoon talking about Boko Haram. In 3 days, that documentary has gained 956,000 views. But ìgbà tí kò ń ṣe Koikimedia ló ṣe documentary yẹn, ìgbà tó kì í ṣe world media, ìgbà tó kì í ṣe all the independent Yoruba media don't campaign back to back 3, 4, 6 hours. Long hours when you calculate it during the week. We appreciate those of you that appreciate what we are doing. Ṣé òyìnbó ló ṣe máa sọ fún wa pé our in danger? The video was posted just 3 days ago, and over 1 million people have watched it. But when we come live like this, some of you don't even share the program. Some of you care less because so our value fún yín mọ́. But mo dúpẹ́ pé àwọn kan sì sọ pé we are still value. Òyìnbó ló ṣe documentary yẹn. I watched it. Everything is said in that 58-minute broadcast. We have been able to say it as much as we can. But many people in Nigeria are still hoping that there is a country called Nigeria. I pity a lot of you. Moki gbogbo apẹ kalẹ̀, and welcome to the program. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kíyàwó mi, mo kí àwọn ọmọ, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi lọ́mọ. Èmi náà ni, mo sọ fún yín pé tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá lọ múra ogun, ẹ gba Yorùbá nation. My mom is watching. She doesn't like me to say this all the time. She doesn't like me to say it. Ogun yẹn lè wá lénìí, ó lè wá lọ́la, but you're walking against time. I'll play a particular audio lára àwọn tí wọ́n ṣe release from the kidnappers then. Àti nǹkan tó sọ. We are in a big mess. But ẹ̀ ń dúró fáwọn European countries, the West, láti wá sọ fún yín pé Nàìjíríà ò ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. It will be too late by the time you know. It will be too late. I have just about a few hours, and I could be gone again for a couple of days. But I thought it's just worth telling us, with everything we've said in 3 years, that this is the time not to joke. We must remain focused. The battle ahead is a big one, and it's coming. It's getting closer. And we are fighting monsters that are not going anywhere. Mo kí Olóyè Igboho Akíkanjú, mo kí Bàbá Akíntóyè. Let's play the anthem and we go into the program.
tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Olójú àjíkẹ́ bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ̀. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀.
Mo kí gbogbo alẹ́ nǹkan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò. Don't be deceived with so many things going on in Nigeria. That country is dead, completely dead. But it is just waiting for us to get the hell out of Nigeria. Bola Tinubu is not going to give us Yoruba nation if we are still one of those thinking. Presently, he's going through a lot from a lot of information as well. He's going through a lot. And I just hope that he can survive just like the dead Buhari survived it. I will continue to pray for him. And I hope that we will all understand the danger before it goes. Tó bá parí ìjọba ẹ̀, tí Yoruba nation bá ti wáyé, then some of us are going to be safe a little bit. But majority of us, and I'm including myself, will not be safe. Because the next government is going to be brutal. The next administration after Tinubu administration will be very, very brutal. We have told them they are watching us. I told you that Sultan of Sokoto controls Nigeria as we speak today. And they are putting a lot of pressure on Tinubu. They're putting a lot of pressure on him. I don't know what kind of pressure. I am not in the cycle of Tinubu to know what is going on in their cabal or their system, but there's a lot of pressure going on in Nigeria right now. And some of those pressure, we've not seen it, even though a lot of people are saying, on succumb, we call it file, fún àwọn Fulani. Ọ̀rọ̀ Fulani kọ́ là ń bá jà o. We are fighting the imperialist, the globalist. Àwọn òyìnbó gangan là ń bá jà o. Tẹ́ ẹ bá mọ̀, kò ń ṣe Yorùbá là ń bá jà, kò ń ṣe Igbo là ń bá jà, kò ń ṣe Hausa. Mo kí Adéyínká grandson. Mo kí ẹ dáadáa. I read your statement. We might not agree in certain areas, but I read your statement. It's a very powerful one. Ọlọ́gbọ́n ló lè understand statement tó wà nínú statement. I might not agree with all the statements, but I do agree that Òyìnbó là ń bá jà. Igbo, Fulani, Hausa, we can deal with them within the territory. But how do you deal with the monsters that are currently controlling everything that you call Nigeria? How do you want to fight them? Even up till this afternoon, in one of the meetings I held here with some group of people, we are so scared of them. I, personally, I am not scared of these English people. Neither am I scared of the West. A lot of you are scared of them. Directly or indirectly. So we find it very difficult to point the finger at them. Some of their journalists that are bold are not scared of them. But ìdí táwa ṣe ń bẹ̀rù wọn ìtorí nǹkan tó ti gbé sí wa níwájú for a very long time. Àwa ní àwọn ọba tó lè back wa lórí nǹkan tá gbé dání. Tó bá yẹ pa ara àwọn ọba tó lè back wa dáadáa, àwọn ọba ilẹ̀ Yorùbá ju King Charles lọ. But they are not proving that beyond for the Yoruba people. Wọ́n jẹ́ ká rí pé yes, tẹ́ bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọmọ Yorùbá, ẹ sọ̀rọ̀, ẹ sọ délẹ̀, kò sí nǹkan tó lè fi ń ṣe nítorí pé àwọn onílẹ̀ ò fi wá sílẹ̀. I am not talking about Jesus or Muhammad now. I'm talking about in tó gbélẹ̀ Yorùbá dúró kò fi wá sílẹ̀. Moke Oshatola, I haven't watched your video for a very long time. But nígbà tí wàhálà tá wá síbi your Friday, I watched it. Let us continue to say to them, tẹ́ bá ń gbìyànjú 300 times pé máa gbé wa wálẹ̀, àwọn onílẹ̀ ò ní fi wá sílẹ̀ torí pé ìtagbédání kò ń ṣe torí personal interest in me. I was speaking to a very beautiful mother of mine. I'll mention her name because she's in the public domain. Out of Gold, ní Surulere. I worked with her at the point man lost in Nigeria. Tó bá mọ organization tó ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀, go and Google it. Out of Gold, ní Surulere. UK ni ìyá yẹn gbé kó tó relocate lọ sí Nigeria láti máa lọ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ tó ní a lot of challenges. And she has been doing this for decades, only God knows. She did an interview with Chud, or somebody named Chud, and the video was sent to me. I watched it. I haven't spoken to her for a very long time, since this movement, and I called her, she picked up. Money in humanitarian help, but many people might not know. Just like in there are not she, benefit the minikan is for the benefit of the present, the future generation of Yoruba people. And it is better we fight it today with whatever we have so that we can be free completely. You are not free living in America, neither am I free in UK. Everyone don't feed Diana Abbott, Tofinshi, often tiny. To Obama don't pay Diana Abbott, lo Google it. She's one of the proudest black women to come out because she put the step by joining the politics in this country, becoming up to member of parliament. She was trying to ask questions at the parliament. What did they 42 times? What alone? I know me Shomo Yoruba. This is a woman that have lived there for more than only God knows, 40 years. I don't know. 42 times she was trying to ask a question in the same building to join Nigeria together. She was just kept as if she was not there. These are the same people. So, Tinubu Madanyilo is not going to answer you. Just like Dan Abbott, Tunja So, you want to one in Nigeria, Mama wonder to man so for me pay if it fix in Nigeria because in presentation Akinwumi Adesina, the president of the African Development Bank, the same puppet, Lokowo Lilowo, Owo ti ẹ̀kọ́ ló ná, owó tí àwọn globalists gbé fún ló ń disburse within Africa. Àwa ló yẹ ká máa disburse fún àgbáyé. Àwa la wá di ẹni tí wọ́n ń disburse fún. Pé ká gbà sọ́hùn 1 billion níbí, 2 billion lọ́hùn. Let's read the statement again from Oloyegbo. Mọ̀rítàwọn kan sọ pé àwọn wà happy. I will reserve all my comment for now on that. because there's a lot of things I want to focus on. And as you all know, Yatosi statement Sitimakai, you will not call him, you will not be able to speak on it apart from whatever you write in the comment section. Lori Iba Gani Adams. I am reading a statement on behalf of my boss that I believe in. I will not say anything more than that. Whatever your own opinion on it, keep it as it is. My opinion, I will keep it for now. But I stand shoulder to shoulder with whatever decision Oloyigbowo will be taking and the one that he has taken. Many analysts have spoken about whatever you are going to read or hear from me now. My focus is, how do we not lose track? That is my own focus. Press release. I did not take part in killing Chief Bola Ige. It becomes necessary to hold these meetings because of the issues raised by the voice notes going around on the social media. In the voice note released by Are Gani Adams, the Are Ona Kakanfo said things that attack my character. He said a lot of wrong and bad things against me. He mentioned the names of the Nigerian president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and some other notable persons in Yoruba land. In the said note, Are Gani Adams said I was involved in the killing of the late Chief Bola Ige. SAN, may so continue to rest in peace. Everyone will still remember the circumstances of the death of Chief Bola Ige, who was the former Minister of Justice at the time he was brutally murdered. It goes without saying that no one or evidence was connected me to his death until these villains, malicious, highly scandalous by Are Gani Adams. I want to categorically state that I knew nothing about the killing and the death of Chief Bola Ige that died in Ibadan on the 23rd of December 2001. And by the newspaper and the police report, one Frayo was charged with the murder. In that year, I was engaged in the settlement of Ife, Modakeke War. I can also remember that it was the same year Are Gani Adams was in prison in Lagos when he was charged with the murder, public disturbance arising out of the inter-communion violence in Lagos in 2002. And the law firm of the late Chief Gani Fawehinmi represented and got bail for him at the Federal High Court, Ikoyi, Lagos State. I, Dr. Chief Sunday Igboho, challenged Gani Adams to come forward and prove his assertion. I want to state that I did not go to any hotel in Lagos State to collect money from anyone relating to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu since he became the president. Unlike what Gani Adams said in his voice note, I was never charged to court for murder, nor did I kill anyone to warrant being charged to court. The voice note showed the mind that has serious malice against my personality. It is on record that despite my respect for his position as Oyo chief, the media is full of many bad things he has said about me in the past. Finally, I need not remind the Omoluabi Yoruba that I have the same tribal marks on my face as the late Alaafin Adeyemi Omobani me. I am not contesting Are Gani Adams' position. Ìjà àsìkò tí ìtọ́ fún ààrẹ láti dágunró. Ǹjẹ́ àsìkò kò tíì tó fún ààrẹ láti dágunró? Yoruba nation needs unity at this dangerous moment, not ọ̀tẹ̀ àti ìlara. I leave this allegation to the court of public opinion. Even though my initial reaction was to sue him, but I was advised to take it as iti ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tí kò ṣe yọ àdá sí ní àsìkò tí ilẹ̀ Yorùbá wà nínú ewu. This is coming from Chief Dr. Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as aka Igbowo. On his behalf today, as a spokesman for Chief Dr. Sunday Igbowo, the 17th of March, 2024. And let's move straight into the program. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Ẹ máa gbà mí láyè, mo ní lè dárúkọ, bọ́ mo fi tẹ̀lédùmarè. Mo kí wa pé a kú òǹgbẹ, a kú Ramadan, inú oṣù tí a wà nínú ẹ̀. Èmi ò gbé ìjẹ̀sìn dání bí ìran wa ṣe máa bọ́. And it seems that for that reason, there's just so many attacks on us. We are dealing with a very powerful force. But those forces have gone quiet because our Nkokola and Jamonisi, many things are fighting on our behalf. Tójú ò lè rí from the spiritual side of things. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni gbogbo wa. Jésù táwọn kan gbé dání sọ fún wa pé Yorùbá máa lọ. Islam táwọn kan gbé dání sọ pé Yorùbá máa lọ. Àwọn oníṣẹ̀ṣe náà sọ the same thing. But àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ jẹ́ ká lọ ló pọ̀ jù. And it is for a reason. Ẹ má bínú pé English and Yorùbá ni mo mix together. It is for a particular reason. Because wọ́n mọ̀ dájú pé tí Yorùbá bá ti lè bọ́ kúrò nínú wàhálà táwa nú ẹ̀, kò mí pé gbogbo ala máa padà lọ sílé straight away. But ó máa bring a new world order. Because àṣẹ tó ń pa lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn, wọn ò ní lè parọ́ àṣẹ yẹn mọ́ nítorí pé Nàìjíríà ló ń pàṣẹ fún nísìn. The World Bank, the Western power, the World Health Organization, wọ́n pàṣẹ látara pé Nàìjíríà ni country tí wọ́n pàṣẹ fún. Tí orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá bá dá dúró bí Elédùmarè ṣe fẹ́, tí àwa náà dẹ̀ fẹ́, èmi ò sọ àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́. Kò mí pé torí Yorùbá fi dá dúró, tó bá sì nífẹ̀ẹ́ sí Nàìjíríà, ó ní right bí a fún ìdí kan àbí ìdí kejì. But ìfẹ́ tá à ń sọ yìí, ìfẹ́ ìran wa là ń sọ. Just like báwọn òyìnbó náà ṣe nífẹ̀ẹ́ ìran tiwọn náà. Wọ́n nífẹ̀ẹ́ ara wọn ni. And they are becoming very uncomfortable. Ní ọmọ dúdú nílùú yìí. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ diaspora ní UK. Tí mò ń sọ fún yín pé ẹ jẹ́ ká come together. Kò ń ṣàwa la gbé dání. Àwa kò jẹ́ vehicle tó ń drive ẹ̀ by talking about it as campaigners. You don't have to like my presentation, my mode of dressing, ìsọ̀rọ̀ sí mi àbí sọ̀rọ̀ mi láti gbé ọ̀rọ̀ kalẹ̀. But ìran wa là ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Ọmọ dúdú tí òyìnbó ní kó máa kíìsì bàtẹ́, èmi tẹ̀ rò pé bí a fídíò tó ti pẹ́ bí a bí 10 years ago, nígbà tí mo kọ́kọ́ rí fídíò yẹn, mo tẹ̀ farabalẹ̀ wò dáadáa. Because there's a lot of videos that sometimes is recirculate. Nígbà tí mo wá tún rí pé fídíò yẹn pop up again pẹ̀lú wọ́n parákùnrin kan nílùú ní Lee Jasper. Lee Jasper, fáwọn tó bá ti gbé ní UK, know him very well. He's a very powerful personality in UK. He's 65 years old. Lee Jasper, spelled as L-E-E, Lima Echo Echo, Juliet Alpha Sarah Papa Echo Romeo. Jasper is a British politician and activist. Activist lèmi náà. Àwọn kan ṣì ń wonder pé, how did I find myself in this as an activist? Just like báwọn kan ṣì ń sọ pé báwọn ni Ṣòwòrẹ́ ṣe find ara rẹ̀ nínú ẹ̀. Sometimes àwa náà mọ̀. We just found ourselves. Just as bí ìyá mi dáadáa, Mrs. Laja, the proprietor and the owner of Gold Out of Gold in Surulere. UK ló ń gbé kó tó relocate lọ sí Nigeria bí ṣe sọ ní the beginning of the broadcast. Láti máa lọ tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n máa rí tó yẹ pé sometimes, and I'm very, very serious, I've been in there few times, àwọn ọmọ yẹn ò lè jọ sùn sínú ilé because they are very paralyzed. But àwọn ò rí wọn bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n rí àwọn ọmọ yẹn bí àwọn ọmọ tó wà able, but bí Elédùmarè ṣe dá wọn nìyẹn. And gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tá à ń rí tán bí bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò ṣẹ̀yàn wọn òyìnbó. That is another discussion for another day. Pé ọmọ Yorùbá kan àbí ọmọ dúdú kan ó wà disabled anywhere in the world, ọwọ́ àwọn òyìnbó ni. Àwọn ló ń lo ìta máa pè ní àìsíkì wa. Ṣẹ̀rá àwọn ọmọ tẹ́ ń rí yẹn, ògo kan ni wọ́n tí wọ́n destroy ògo wọn kó tó bí wọn. I'm not going to argue with idiots. I am talking from the spiritual realm. It goes not just in the UK, it happens around the world. Gene wa tẹ́ ń rí is very, very powerful. I'm going to go back to Lee Jasper because ọdún ẹni mo ti padà rí fídíò ọmọ dúdú tó ń kíìsì bàtà òyìnbó nílùú tá à ń pè nílùú tó lọ́ba tó níjòyè in 2024. Wọ́n náà ti arrest àwọn ọmọ tó ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn. Are you thinking what I am thinking? Ìwọ tó bímọ sílùú òyìnbó tí mò ń sọ fún ẹ pé ká jọ farabalẹ̀, ká process ìrìn àjò yìí, ká make a decision wa, ká máa lọ. Tó bá máa dìjà, ó máa ní resolution náà tó máa fi end ẹ̀. Bí a lọ́dọ̀ tí wọn àbí lọ́dọ̀ tí wa. But in tó bá ti mú pé ó dìjà, that means pé a gbọ́n kankan mọ́ nìyẹn. For now, kò tí dìjà, so a ṣì ń gbọ́n kan tó ń sọ fún wa. Ẹlòmíì tẹ́ ń dúró pé táwọn bá rí Ìgbòho, ní ṣe nǹkan kan. Tá bá rí Bàbá Akíntóyè. Many of you send so many different voice notes. I listen to different groups and different messages. Bàbá Akíntóyè is 89. And I have privilege, very, very good privilege, to be with him in a meeting, I think on the 13th. It's not for public consumption. Bàbá yẹn sọ̀rọ̀ dé stage kan, ó ń sunkún sínú, àgbàlagbà ní sunkún síta. Èmi náà máa ń sunkún tẹ́lẹ̀ lórí program. No, you don't have to do that. Kàkà kó máa sunkún yẹn bí a kò dìde kó lọ nojú kó padà. Let me say this. Kò sí bàbá kan, ẹ̀gbọ́n kan, ìyá kan tó máa sọ fún wa pé ká lọ ṣe tó yẹ ká ṣe. Àwa la máa dìde láti lọ béèrè ń ta fẹ́ lọ́wọ́ àwọn politicians wa. And the most important thing that a máa béèrè fún òun náà ni ààbò. Ètò ààbò is more than enough for us to fight down the whole system. Bẹ́ẹ̀ bá tẹ̀ fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, kò sí safety ní Nigeria. Lee Jasper is a British politician and activist. I am classified as an activist. Activist is a profession that can take and drain you. Tó bá tẹ̀ tún máa ṣàṣeyàn látara pé à ń béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ fún oríṣiríṣi orí. Ẹlòmíì ò rí mi rí. And they might never have the opportunity to see me personally, but they are grateful for the work that we are doing. Whereas ẹlòmíì dẹ̀ rí wa náà. Mo sọ fún ìyàwó mi, mo wo Facebook kan, gbogbo àwọn fídíò tá a ti fi sọ̀rọ̀, wọ́n ti mẹ́mẹ̀, wọ́n ti sọ di àwàdà. Wọ́n nítorí pé nígbà tí mo ní tutututututututu, wọ́n kọ̀tẹ̀, ẹ̀jẹ̀ mo yóò yà. Ìgbà tẹ́mi ń sọ tututu yẹn, tó bá yẹ pé gbogbo àjọ píkẹ̀, olóyè ò ní sọ àwọn nǹkan míì fún wa. Ó mọ̀ pé tó bá dé stage táwa náà bá activate, tó bá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ tó le, a sọ fún wọn pé no, ẹ̀tọ́ wọn ló ń béèrè fún, kò mú jà dání. The security of Yoruba land on the title tí mo fi síta, we are in danger, but we are living in denial. Andrew the prophecy kan tó ṣe máa fún wa ní the all nod. After tí gbogbo àwọn tó ń ṣe prophecy, which I believe in, tí wọ́n sọ fún wa pé the end of Nigeria is here, but a sì tún dúró kí prophecy yẹn sọ date and time fún wa. Ìyẹn ni wọ́n ní sọ fún yín, because wọ́n ń ṣẹ́nu kò bí bàbá Akíntóyè náà ṣe ń ṣẹ́nu kò, bí Ìgbòho ṣe ń ṣẹ́nu kò. Èmi ò ṣẹ́nu kò, ni mo ṣe sọ fún yín point blank pé a máa jà ní. Ẹ lè ever béèrè fún pé kí ẹ gba ẹ̀tọ́ yín. Ẹ má bínú, some are complaining about the screen needs to be clean. And I hope it should be much better now. Ẹ̀tọ́ wa ni à ń béèrè fún. And ẹ̀tọ́ yẹn kéré, kò sẹ́ni kankan tó máa fún yín just like that. So if you are one of those that think that wọ́n kàn máa gbé ẹ̀tọ́ yẹn lé wa lọ́wọ́, nobody's going to give it to us. Lee Jasper, like I said earlier, is a British politician and activist. He served as senior policy advisor on equalities to the then Mayor London, Ken Livingstone. I hope Ken Livingstone is still alive, because the last time I saw him is becoming very, very fragile. And I'm just quickly checking, because there's a platform that doesn't give, he's 78 years old. Agbatide, and Toba Mo Ken Livingstone. Blood that be blood our dudu noni. Kenneth Robert Livingstone is an English retired politician that served in this country. Gbogbo àwọn tí mò ń dárúkọ yìí àti Lee Jasper. Lee Jasper is 65, just about 5 years older than Nigeria in terms of independence. Oh no, Nigeria is older than him by 5 years, because Nigeria is, he's older than Nigeria because he was born in 1958. So he's 2 years older than Nigeria. He only resigned after working with Ken Livingstone on the 4th of March 2008. More recently, he stood as the Respect Party candidate for Croydon North by election in November, and is a race relation activist. Race. Let's look at the meaning of that word race. Kò ń ṣe race máa sáré. Race. Race as in definition of race. RACE, Romeo Alpha Charlie Echo. Race is a social construct used to group people. Race was constructed as an hierarchical human grouping system, generating racial classifications to identify, am I, to bá feel form nílùú yìí, you will be asked whether you're a black British, British black, Asian. They will ask you different categories. But ní ọ̀dọ̀ tiwa lẹ́nìí tán ní ká máa jẹ́ Nigeria, we are not that people that we are told to, because what it change identity yẹn. But àwọn kan jà lọ́tùn lósì to even give us the preference for living in this country. I have lived there, like so many of us have lived there for a very long time. Many people have lived in this country, fighting for the benefit of ẹ̀yin Lola, just like many of you that have reached out to me. Mr. Koiki, èmi náà ti wọ̀lú yìí, bye. Adé sọ pé okay, ẹgbẹ́ báyìí. Because àwa náà ní opportunity pé irú àwọn kan jà fáwa náà ká tó land sílùú yìí. People like Lee Jasper. Kó wá jẹ́ pé ní 2024, a ṣì ń rọ́mọ dúdú tó yìnbó sọ pé kó kìsì bàtẹ́. Àwọn ọmọ dúdú tẹ̀ ń rí yẹn, whether they are Nigerians, as we are saying, but they are Africans. We know that because tá bá lọ trace the background ọmọ yẹn, which I don't know. Tó bá wá láti Nigeria, á wá láti Ghana, á wá láti ibìkan ní Africa, even though pé ibi báyìí ló bí sí. Ọmọ yẹn ti wà traumatized for the rest of his life. Kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ lè ṣe fọ́mọ yẹn mọ́ tó lè ní full confidence. Just like intent ṣe fáwa náà nìyẹn. Ẹ ń gbìyànjú pé kẹ́ pa mùrà wa. That's why you come and type comment that sometimes I ask, èmi ò kúkú jìyà. Lóòótọ́, àwọn èèyàn mi wà nílé. Up to yesterday, ẹni tó súnmọ́ mi bí Ṣọ̀run, ó náà ò lówó lọ́wọ́. Mo ní èmi náà ní. Because I'm not going to sacrifice owó tí ma fi feed àwọn ọmọ mi ní bíbá kí n send sí Nàìjíríà torí pé mo fẹ́ jẹ́ kí ẹni tó súnmọ́ mi bí Ṣọ̀run kó wà okay. Ó bẹ́tà ká dàrú kó kúkú máa kó oúnjẹ wá fún gbogbo wa through humanitarian aid nígbà tá a bá ti wà nínú gbòs tá a ti bọ́ sórí M1. Because àìmá bọ́ sórí M1 nísìn, ebi ń pa wá yẹn is due to the insecurity that is currently going on in Nigeria. And that insecurity yẹn nìkan is more than enough. Àtẹni tó jẹ́ APC, àtẹni tó jẹ́ PDP, àtẹni tó jẹ́ AAC, àtẹni tó jẹ́ Labour Party, àti àwa tá fẹ́ Yorùbá nation, àtẹni tó fẹ́ security ilẹ̀ Yorùbá, ó tó fi gbogbo wa ká bọ́ sójú títì ká sọ pé enough is enough. Ìyẹn nìkan tó ká tẹ̀ kọ́kọ́ fìyẹn bẹ̀rẹ̀. Kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀, mọ́ṣáláṣí, àwọn oríṣiríṣi ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn máa sọ nínú Ramadan sí ni pé ká ṣe sùúrù. Wọ́n á máa sọ̀rọ̀ tí bíyàn bá gbọ́ wáàsí, àwa gbọ́ wáàsí dáadáa, which I used to. But for now, èmi ni mo mọ tí mo gbé dání. Ìyẹn mi pé mo ní bad relationship pẹ̀lú Islam or bad relationship pẹ̀lú Christianity. I still get messages that lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Christian pé, and I believe in it. Just like I believe in Islam. But tó bá ń ṣàwọn wáàsí tó ń ṣe yẹn, wọ́n prepare wa fún ìjà pẹ̀lú àwọn wáàsí yẹn. Whether through the Christian or through the Islam. Àwọn wáàsí yẹn, wọ́n fi suppress wa mọ́lẹ̀ ká má bàa gbéra dìde. So when we came out, we started challenging the status quo. But no, kò gbọ́dọ̀ rí bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹ̀sìn ò stop ọmọ òyìnbó. Àwọn group kan wà nílùú yìí, Just Oil or something, ọmọ ń da orange oil a máa ń dà sára oríṣiríṣi places, and I'm just telling us how àwọn tó jẹ́ òyìnbó ọmọ wọn tó wà in activism, they don't care about whether they will be picked up by the police. They will still do what they have to do. Àwọn ọ̀ṣẹ́ ń dúró kí chọ́ọ̀chì kan sọ fún wọn pé ẹ má blọ́ọ̀kì títì. Kódà tó bá blọ́ọ̀kì títì tán, aráàlú tó ní wọ́n convenient òun tó bá move wọn, aráàlú yẹn probability pé wà dé court. Ẹ má bínú mọ̀ nílé máa kí gbogbo wa lẹ́yọ kọ̀ọ̀kan. I haven't got the strength and the time for that tonight. But mo kí gbogbo wa ní kíkí àlàáfíà. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Mo kí wa pé a kú òǹgbẹ. Gbogbo àníyàn wa nínú oṣù Ramadan yìí a ṣe é ṣe fún wa. But kò ní ṣe é ṣe torí pé rọ́lá ń pa fúnra wa. Torí pé insecurity wà lórí ilẹ̀. Islam dẹ̀ ń sọ fún wa pé ká ṣe sùúrù. Wọ́n sọ ọ̀nà fún wa. Àwọn bàbá wa tó gbé ẹ̀sìn Islam yìí dání, àwọn ìyá wa tó gbé ẹ̀sìn Islam yìí dání, sọ ọ̀nà fún wa tá ṣe máa end the insecurity. Ìyẹn lèmi fẹ́ kẹ́ bá wa discuss tẹ́ bá ń ṣe àwọn sermon yín nínú oṣù àlàáfíà yìí, nínú oṣù tó dáa yìí. The same goes to ẹ̀yin church. Ẹ bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ nípa báwo la ṣe fẹ́ end the insecurity tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀ Yorùbá. Kò sí tó kàn mí pẹ̀lú ilẹ̀ Ìgbò àtàwùsá. But tílẹ̀ Yorùbá bá lè dúró pẹ̀lú insecurity tá protect ara wa, maybe it will help the other neighboring countries. There's something playing at the background. All right, I think I'm having there's something. All right, I found it. The insecurity, Yawa, just oil. You can Google them out. Wọ́n sì fún bèbí yẹn ní police order pé kò gbọdọ̀ ṣe tó ń ṣe yẹn mọ́. Ó dẹ̀ tún padà jáde. Kò dúró pé Catholic Church, Anglican, Methodist, Church of England ṣekúṣẹyẹ tó sanwó fún company kan pé kó kó wa lẹ́rú. Kò dúró fáwọn yẹn. Kò dúró fún Sàlátù. Kò dúró fún anything. Kò mí pé kò believe in something, but kò dúró fáwọn yẹn pé kó fún un ní go ahead. But àwa nísìnyí, in tí mò ń gbọ́ nínú gbogbo group ni pé à ń dúró. Look, tá bá jáde tán, and I'm saying this now not because of anything pé torí pé close mọ́ àwọn tá jọ ń ṣe movement tó jẹ́ àwọn bàbá wa. Tá bá jáde tán on our own, they will have no reason than to support us. But tá bá náà ń dúró pé káwọn fún wa ní order, we will have to wait for a very long time. We will wait for a very long time because àwọn àgbàlagbà náà ló sọ pé ẹ má bínú pé bá ṣe pọ̀wé pé tó bá gégi àgbàlagbà mọ ibi tó máa wó sí. They might be right. But níbi tí ilé ayé délé ní nísìn, ibi tó bá wọn igi yẹn ni kó wó sí. Torí pé igi yẹn ti ń wó pa wá báyìí tí a dẹ̀ fi rí nǹkan kan ṣe sí. Why are we living in denial? Why are we telling ourselves lies? Around the world, there's so much lies. Lies upon lies. Irọ́ ti pọ̀ jù. Tó bá gbọ́ news, wàá máa béèrè pé ṣé irọ́ tó ń pa ìṣá ṣé wọ́n tẹ̀rù pé gbogbo ala stupid? There's crisis going on in Haiti. Massive crisis. Wọ́n ti kó bọ̀ jáde. But àwọn tó kó ìtì tó àwọn tí Israel ti pa ní Palestine. Ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. Haiti, wọ́n ti kó bọ̀ jáde. Wọ́n náà wọ́n nígbà. But tá bá wo proportion àwọn tó ti kú níbẹ̀ lénìí látara pé ìlú yẹn wà upside down right now. America ti sá lọ. That is what they are good at. Mo ṣe gbọ́ news yẹn lálẹ́ yìí ni from the BBC. America ti gbé plane lọ. Wọ́n ti move àwọn ọmọ wọn jáde. Pé tó bá yá yín, ibi tẹ́ bá para yín dé, àwọn tá bá lè ṣe sí. But it is the same America and France that created the mess tó ń lọ ní Haiti, if you go back and read the history about Haiti. There's a bank called Citibank in America. Citibank, for those of you, is a wealth management product, multi-currency banking, Citibank. Very Citi, C-I-T-I. But what link ni wọ́n ní pẹ̀lú Haiti? Mo kàn prepare mind wa. I'm not going to respond to any comment, even as much as I can see a lot of you are putting your comment there, but I do appreciate that you are communicating. Like I said, I haven't got enough strength, but it is still important that we come out so that we keep the dream and the hopes alive. I don't have to. And I'm serious now. Look, I, for 3 years on this same sitting, was going back to back, preparing us for our exit. But everybody say we are not ready because we're still waiting for our, I don't want to mention names tonight. We're waiting for our wealthy elite to be part of the movement before we pull it down. And that is the reason why we've not got Yoruba Nation. Because we are waiting for them to give us the all go. Oya, elo shente ekeshe, edide eyomowa, elo shigbubunti ojekeshe patapata. That is what we have done for a very long time. And that means that we are not going yet, if that is the case. If we are waiting for our elite to give us all clear. Look, gbogbo Yoruba ò ní gbọ́ síra wọn lẹ́nu lórí pa fẹ́ kúrò ní Nigeria. But everybody knows that Nigeria is not working. So kí la kúkú dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú. Adé máa lọ tún tò lókè. But lè fẹ́ tún tò látara pé group, okay, àwọn group kan ti release statement. Wàá destroy Baba Akintoye, wàá destroy Igboho. Àwa náà bá wò wọ́n, àwa náà sọ tiwa sí wọn, àwọn náà sọ tiwọn sí. This is going to go on like that for a very long time. That means we are saying to ourselves that àwọn kan fẹ́ restructure. Àwọn kan fẹ́ àníká kọ́kọ́ dá gbogbo ẹ̀rú kí gbogbo ẹ̀ dàrú nítorí pé dídàrú yẹn làwọn fi ń jọba lé wa lórí. So going back to Citibank, what is their relationship pẹ̀lú Haiti? Kí ni Citibank ní ṣe pẹ̀lú Haiti? According to a bit of research and a bit of my other sister broadcasts that I love to listen to, Vantage. I use Vantage because I want the resources. I don't have the resources. But mo dúpẹ́ pé I don't have enough. But ojú tẹ́ fi wò mí yẹn náà ni kẹ́ máa fi wò mí. But yes, ó wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. But ẹ̀yin tí at some point you just say, mo rántí ọmọ yìí, màá fún ní kankan. We are grateful. Many of you just want to watch me and go. Why some are not just watching, they are paying to watch me. Not everybody. But that does not stop us because it is not because of the monetary that we are doing this. We are doing this because we believe in what we are doing. My wife has gone to sleep. She's working tomorrow. If I decide I want to go and find a job, I'll go and find a job to be able to survive and look after my family. But tẹ́ bá pè mí ní time tẹ́yìn pè mí yẹn, ní time tí mò ń sùn lẹ́lòmíì máa pè mí because time yẹn ló convenient fẹ́yìn. And I do answer a lot of you. All that is not going to happen because activists tèmi gbé dání, I've said it from the day one. Full time lèmi fẹ́ fi ṣe. Tí bá yẹ pé mo dàníyàn full time yẹn ni, màá mọ̀ tí màá ṣe nísìn. But for the fact that I said it's full time, ìyẹn ni mo ṣe ń pè ni mo reply yín. Ṣé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ náà ni màá ti máa reply yín? Àbẹ́ mọ̀ pé for every day tí bá lọ síbi iṣẹ́ tí bá lo phone tó bá dé stage kan HR máa pè mí pé what's going on? So all the time that I'm talking for myself now. I'm not talking about other medias, because each one of you, more time pay me, time send message, time to reply. Even if some of your replies are coming very late, with over 3,000 messages that are flying in every day, with so many thousands of videos. Some of the videos, I keep telling you, F1 reference point. I haven't got the time to sit down and be watching 2 hours video, because I need to call and send it, especially when it comes multiple. All this is because we have dedicated this as a job. But it is not well funded. Because they were funded in, I do pé I should deliver with the little resources that we have. I set up GoFundMe. Yasibe. But money, èmi kọ́ ni máa kàkà kémi kú. Ẹ wò mí dáadáa, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣe jàǹbá. Ẹ wò mí dáadáa. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Káyàyàyàyàyàyà. Confirm ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni. A máa ná tán bí owó. Ẹ máa gbé bọ̀. A máa ná tán bí owó. Lórí ìrìn àjò yìí, ẹ túbọ̀ máa sá. Èmi náà dúró. Ọmọ Yorùbá ni mí. Má wá pè mí pé níbo ni mò ń lọ, níbo ni lọ bá bàbá ẹ àti ìdílé ẹ kó sọ ọ̀nà fún wọn náà. Bàbá tèmi ti kú, ọmọ ránṣẹ́ sí lójoojúmọ́. Kò ní sùn. Kódà tó bá ń sùn gan máa ní kó jí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni, ó wà. Tó bá ń sùn, Tálájí Ọmọ́táyọ̀ Kóìkì bá sùn, máa ní kó jí. Torí pé iṣẹ́ tí mo gbé dání, iṣẹ́ pé kó lè dá fúnlé ayé wa lèmi gbé dání. Tó bá jẹ́ pé ilé ayé tèmi nìkan ni, ìyẹn ló kéré jù. I won't be doing what I'm doing. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ náà nísìn? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ń lọlé? Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ ra tíkẹ̀tì ń lọ Nàìjíríà? Ẹ lọ ṣe fàájì. Gbogbo yẹn lèmi ò lè ṣe. Kò sí ìbẹ̀rù fún ọmọkùnrin. Ẹ wá dúró dáadáa. Ọmọ Ìjẹ̀bú dẹ̀ ni mí. Gbogbo tó bá gbà lájọ máa ná tán. A máa ná tán bí owó. Àti ti Jésù, àti tànábì o, àti ti Fá o, gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa lò fún yín. Torí pé ìkà ni yín. Ẹ̀yin ń wo ọjọ́ ọ̀la tó ń bàjẹ́ lọ. Ẹ dákẹ́. Àwa kan wá dìde. Àwa yẹn lẹ wá ń sọ fún pé àmọ́ tá à ń sọ ó kù díẹ̀. Citibank, so that we can move swiftly. 11:30, 11:27, edition is 17th March 2024. Nobody told the people in Haiti before they know that there is a danger. Haiti was a very beautiful country if you go back to history. But America àti France wà lára wọn tó bà ìlú yẹn jẹ́. Haiti, tó bá mọ̀ tó ń pè bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ Google ẹ̀. Citibank lénìí, owó ìlú yẹn ló ń lò lọ fi operate. France yá Haiti lówó láti fi bail ara wọn. Just like today, many Yoruba people, we are suffering. Adema suffer dáadáa. Àfi tá bá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà. Tá bá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà, a máa suffer títí. Àtẹni tó wà ní òyìnbó, àtẹni tó wà labroad. Owó di 2040, ìyẹn make any difference because inflation ti pa owó yẹn kó tó délé. So wàá ṣe wàhálà dáadáa kí o tó rọ́nà lọ. Let's move swiftly. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí ìjókòó. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí mo kí àwọn ìyàwó mi, mo kí àwọn ọmọ, mo kí ìyá tó bí mi pé ẹ kú rọ̀jú. Ẹ kú rọ̀jú. Ó kù díẹ̀ ni. Mo kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin ìyá wa, mo kí ẹ̀yin bàbá wa, mo kí gbogbo ọmọ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ nílé tó ń bẹ lóko. Like I said, I'm not reading the comments, but I know they're coming through. Keep sharing and keep liking the video. I want us to listen to this. I think it's about 15 minutes, but it is important that we listen to it. Mo kí Ìjáyà, mo kí gbogbo yín pátá Let's listen to this voice note.
Good evening, uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, and sisters. My name is Martin Sode, your beloved. Words cannot express how I feel towards the love that you have displayed on this platform physically.
Just in case tẹ́ bá mi tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ èmi náà mọ̀, ẹ rántí fídíò tí ọmọ kékeré kan tí wọ́n ti kidnap gbogbo àwọn tó wà ní bus, wọ́n ti pa driver. Some of you have seen the video. We cannot show you, but you've seen it before. It is a GUA transport. I think Igbo transportation system tó máa ń lò. Ọ̀pá driver yẹn ṣì wà ní mọ́tò. Ọmọ kékeré kan wá dá wà, obìnrin ni. Wọ́n ti gbé ọ̀nkọ́ ẹ̀ lọ pẹ̀lú àwọn terrorist. Lára àwọn tí wọ́n kidnap ló ń sọ àbọ̀n tó mú padà. Mo kí ẹ easy. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ kájọ gbọ́n tó sọ. Ọlọ́run yọ òun. Ǹjẹ́ àwọn tí wọ́n ń sọ fún wa pé ká gbé ẹ̀sìn dání nínú oṣù ńlá, oṣù tó wà very magnificent. How do we sort out the insecurity? Ọ̀rọ̀ insecurity ni mò ń bá President Bola Tinubu sọ nísìn, kò ń sọ̀rọ̀ self-determination. Ọ̀rọ̀ insecurity ni mò ń bá ọmọ Yorùbá sọ lénìí. Ẹja fi self-determination sílẹ̀. Bí a bá jáde pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ insecurity, á fa wèrè lọ́yàn bí àṣà ìyá mi dáadáa Yorùbá wuyì. But tá a bá jókòó pé à ń wá nǹkan kan tá a fẹ́ lò, insecurity ti tó fún wa láti lò. The insecurity in the land today is becoming unbearable. But don't expect our governors to tell you that. Don't expect the average man tóun ní access sí fly by air. Look at it from the point of Ekpe, where I don't know whether it's an old video. Mo try láti check it throughout, but there was a video that went out in circulation that bí wọ́n rí kidnapping Dane or not. Ìkànnà family Ọ̀tẹ́dọ́lá wọ́n jí màálù ẹ̀ ní ìjọ Mother's Day ní last week Sunday, I guess. 18 màálù ni wọ́n jí. We are joking and we are playing with fire. I am 6,000 kilometers away from Nigeria. Bọ́bá tẹ̀ máa jí mi gbé nílùú yìí, a jẹ́ pé British money pẹ̀. But ìtàgbédání, wọ́n mọ̀ pa ti dìde. Britain mọ̀ pa ti dìde. But wọ́n wò pé ṣá máa complete. That is the question. Ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé kíyàn dìde, ọ̀tọ̀ ni pé ṣá fẹ́ complete. And they are trying very hard on the ground. So the background of this audio is one of those they paid, just like Daddy Miti, brother wa, uncle wa, Mr. Gbenga Wolabi, àti Rachel. A máa ń gbàgbé nǹkan, ẹ mọ̀ pé a lot of these things happen, but tá bá ní enough funding, àwa máa document gbogbo kíní yẹn, but a ní owó tá lè fi ṣe. So the little we can do is what we are doing, because ẹlòmíì àtẹ̀ tí ná £1, ó difficult fún yín. We are not blaming you. Ọ̀nà pọ̀ lóòótọ́, but media tó fẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ̀ fi fund yẹn, right? Èmi ń dúró pé kí gbàsgbòsì dé, ẹ̀yin lẹ máa fund ẹ̀. Gbàsgbòsì lèmi ń dúró dè, torí òun lọ́nà àbáyọ. Ẹ jẹ́ agbọ́n tí arákùnrin sọ.
Good evening, uncles, aunties, cousins, brothers, and sisters. My name is Martin Sode, your beloved. cannot express my feel towards the love that you have displayed on this platform, physically, emotionally, and through your prayers during my captivity. It's not an experience that you wish your worst enemy. Knowing that you were there, and with God, I was strong. I persevered. The torture, the beating, the long trek all through the night was horrific. I have never contemplated I, Dr. Martins, will ever experience such a thing before I meet my Lord. Not even during my days in the military have I seen this kind of suffering and experience this kind of unpleasant situation. Conventional armies do not serve prisoners of war this kind of punishment or torture them in this manner. We went through horrific moment. I went to hellfire and came back. Dreaded 15 soldiers dressed in military regalia. Bandits took us on that fateful day on the 9th of February. Killed my driver that I was discussing with. I was in the front with him. The bullet came from my direction and hit his head. And before you say Jack Robinson, the vehicle was in the bush. That was the beginning of my miracle. That I survived that bullet and it went straight to the driver, was a testament to how God was prepared to keep me. From that moment, we entered the bush with speed. In 30 minutes, we have covered close to 1 hour. In 30 minutes, I mean to say, we have covered up to 2 kilometers. It was something else. 4 women and 6 men. 10 of us were treated like animals. No food, no water, nothing. The only thing that we had free was oxygen provided by God. We were lifeless. We were tired. We were weak. We were frail. Still, they were beating us. They beat us for 3 days to profile us, to kill our spirit before they named our ransom. For me, the target was on me because they felt I was mature and of course a bit distinct. I don't know how they placed their judgment. And they told me that I was going to pay 50 million. I couldn't comprehend myself. I couldn't think anything else. How dare on earth will 50 million come? I now ask God, was it a judgment? Am I going to die here? Am I going to die here? Death was near. Guns were all over the place. Strangers, deadly Fulani people who don't even like to speak Hausa, let alone English. But I still found favor with one. He calls himself Alhaj. I think he was the one that shot that driver. But as God will have it, we became so close because he was the only one speaking Pidgin English and of course a bit of Hausa. So I found my way through his heart. He covered me for some time, which almost landed him in trouble too. The rest group thought he was making life comfortable for me. So they took him, and for 3 days, I didn't see him close to me again. And through that period, the torture and the beating increased on my part. It was terrible, brothers and sisters, uncles. But I knew I had people who were fighting very hard, physically, emotionally, through prayers, to secure my freedom. The freedom eventually came, and I thought I could have it. In Alegu, my brother and my friend of many years agreed to bring the ransom. Out of the entire families that were represented, he chose to be there because of the love of his brother, which was me. And he came thinking he would just come and drop the money and take me home. The unbelievable happened. He also became a captive. I got close to him when I was separated from the rest 10 people. I thought I was going to be killed. They pushed me aside and then took me through another route. Then I met in Alegu, and the uncle of the little baby that was left on the road, who also came with him with a ransom, about 68.1 million naira in total. Mine was slightly above 4 million. And they were angry that the 5 million they agreed didn't complete. That became a subject matter, and they wanted to take our lives. Automatically, they jack up our ransom to 10 million. 5 million for Inalebu and 5 for myself, afresh. And that began another round of torture and movement through the endless forests from Akure to Kogi State. We went through the rocks. Rain fell twice. We were inside the rain. We were on the ground, on the soil. Rain beat us there. On top of that, they set up fire. They wouldn't allow us to enjoy the fire. They were wicked. I call them Lucifer's army. I also call them 666 squad. They are ugly people. They are Fulani people. They are not people to call brothers. They are not people to call human beings. Very, very, very wicked people who will take your life at any provocation. A second with a terrorist or bandit was a grace. They could spring up any surprise anytime. They cock their gun at random. They point it at us at random. They took us round a place where they showed us graveyards. And they said, if our ransom would not come the way we are delaying, that will be our end. And in my mind, I would dispel that immediately. It's not my portion. A child of God. I harp on Christ. I harp on the Bible. I was contemplating and I prayed, always speaking life to myself. And that, like Daniel, like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, like Peter, like Paul and Silas, I am untouchable. My name is Zoe, and I have a daughter called Zoe. The very water of blood, the life of God that flows through me will sustain me. Graveyard is not my home. I am too young and specially made for this place now. I will never die. And that has been my confession. And it worked. I pray God to take over the territory and deliver out to us. That worked also. Brethren, this is a great testimony on my part. And I want this to vibrate and revibrate around the whole globe. That yes, it's real. That enemies, black angels, dark angels, foreigners from nowhere are in our land trying to seize and take our confidence and take our land from us, take our money from us, take our aspiration from us. And that is what they are doing. They told us that they are available in all the forests of Nigeria, from Maiduguri, Sambisa, to Port Harcourt, that there is no hiding place for any Nigeria, that they were deceived, that they were given the guns by even government. So why would they not use it? maximally to get what they want, that they are homeless, that we sleep on air conditions, that we enjoy, that we have a luxury of entering cars, that they trick from state to state in bushes, that they are not humans, that they can destroy, that they can kill anybody for money, our money or our life, that they were not joking. They live by it, by the word they say. They punish us, they hit us at every point, every point. We trick and go. If you stumble, they will hit you. Just like the crucifixion experience of Jesus Christ. As he was taking the cross, that was how we were going, and they were beating us to the Golgotha. I had a half bag of rice on my head with some of their gadgets that they put in a bag and placed on my head. Trekking in the night at long distance, tired, weak, feeble, afraid. Still, they didn't say it. They beat me. They beat in Aleguoso. They beat him to stupor. I was so afraid that he was going to die. One night, they hit his eye, that he was crying. I say, all for me, all for me. It was terrible. Brothers and sisters, it was indeed a terrible experience. With this shock, it's not easy to live in Nigeria. It's not easy, again, to live in Nigeria. I think about living. I think about my village. I think about the people at home. We are surrounded by Fulani people, deadly Fulani people, bringing afflictions into the very heart, into the very soul of Nigeria. The citizens, that was what we experienced. To this end, I would like to thank everybody, all of you who showed love, who displayed love, who prayed, who cried. In your closet, you couldn't eat, you couldn't breathe. You're thinking about Onyiloko, you're thinking about Inale and our families. It was serious. I want to thank you so much for all that you have sacrificed for me. Emotionally, your finance, that none of you or your children will experience this kind of problem. You are free. God will open way for you. You are covered in the blood of Jesus. I just say I should make this voice note so that everyone can hear and then replay it and continue to hear over and over again. Thank you so much. We are eventually free. We were not set free. We escaped. We escaped. We escaped. It was too dangerous to escape, but we have to take that route because death was on the way. God gave us strength to escape. In the land that we didn't know, in the forest that we didn't know, surrounded by rocks, deadly animals, creeping animals, snakes, wicked, wild animals. But we made it out, trekking long distances for hours, journeys that could take 3 days. We made it. All our foot hurted. No more blood, no more strength, no more power, nothing, no food, no water. We drank the water from a stagnant environment, similar pool that cattle take from. Everything. We were made animals and felt like we were animals. Still, the life of God was in us. We ate leaves to get vitamin C. There was one particular leaves that one elderly woman showed. We were eating the leaves to get strength and to get vitamin C. That really helped me because I was always very dry. I was always indeed very dry. But again, while in the hospital, a general test was conducted on me, and only malaria they discovered. God healed me in and out. I am free. I am healthy. I thank God. I thank you people all. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma. I am grateful forever. I am indebted to all of you. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Mo kí gbogbo àwa tí à ń gbọ́ ètò tí tèmi tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. Film trick kan ni tó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nílé nísìn. Mo bẹ̀ backend team wa, ẹ bá wa fi account wa síta, ẹ ẹni tó bá fẹ́ support wa lálẹ́ kó bá wa fi síbẹ̀. Ọlọ́run àtúbọ̀ máa bọ̀ yín náà láṣìírí. Media is very, very expensive to run, and we need your help. We need your support so that we can continue this job that Tagbidani. So about fi details Vasita. And everybody can contribute, even if you're in Nigeria. Around don't follow Nigeria. I understand that a lot are struggling, but not everybody is struggling. If you have the means, please do not hesitate. If you want to send me a Zelle, reach out to me. I think we have someone that says, if you have it, we will pick it on your behalf. So if case the Bawal America, if I send a Zelle, so we'll be back into my details was it. We have listened to a true life event of one out of many that is facing the insecurity. Insecurity in Mubawala Legongon. I am pleading with the current administration to pronounce these monsters as terrorists. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu Bishemba Soro Leni bandit ni wọ́n ṣì ń pe àwọn tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ bí. I don't know why. I am not in his government to know the reason why people that are committing these crimes should not be called terrorists. Why are they calling them bandits? There's a lot that has happened in Nigeria in the last couple of weeks. My last broadcast was on Saturday before I got engaged with a lot of things. So you are seeing me after like almost 6 days. But spiritually, physically, I am working day and night with my little knowledge. Many people always ask me, ọ̀nà wo la máa gbà jáde kúrò ní Nigeria? Mo ní mo like diplomacy. Diplomacy is the fantastic route. But diplomacy means pé a máa go through rigorous waiting from different people nítorí pé a ní gbọ́ síra wa lẹ́nu. Ìdí tá a ṣe ní gbọ́ síra wa lẹ́nu ni pé ìtọ́ fi ń pè ní diplomacy nìyẹn. There will be infighting among many of us. Mo dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìyá wa fún super chat. Thank you so much, and we appreciate. There is a lot of ways through diplomacy. It's a good thing. You write letter there, you talk to people, you are trying to buy them, not with money, and try láti buy wọn pé kó support Tagbedani. It doesn't mean diplomacy nìyẹn. Sometimes you might have to offer them certain things so that they might be able to say, okay, tẹ́ bá sọ pé Yoruba country lẹ fẹ́ gbà, kí ni gain tàwa náà níbẹ̀? The world is about give and take. Ìyẹn lẹ́yìn Kristẹni á ní fún Késérì. Because àwọn tá a fẹ́ sọ fún náà pé kó support wa, they don't want to support us. Mokiyawa Adejoke, thank you so much for the super chat. And if you're wondering, Koiki, super chat, I will super chat. Lọ́dọ̀ tiwa lórí Koikimedia, because ó ti pé 1 year tí wọ́n ti stop monetization mi lórí YouTube. But lórí backup channel wa, they've started monetization on it for us. So we're grateful. At least it gave us that little extra income. Láti fi operate. So we're grateful. I hope my backend team is still there because I know Easy is asking for the coffee. But if not, I'll send it myself in a minute. I am pleading with President Bola Tinubu, Mombe, if they don't have the strength with the military, I follow what is happening in Delta. I don't have the real details of what led to that crisis, but I'm reading a lot of different things and I might touch on that because it's still part of the insecurity. Let me say this clearly. Reason tertiary, all these insecurity jihadists ní Nigeria kò ju pé the West wants to destabilize that continent. And àwọn tó lè lò láti fi disorganize in ẹgbọ́n kan tí máa yẹn sọ nínú audio yẹn. If I have the time, we might listen to it again before we go. We will use it as a template until we probably get fed up of it. Because àwọn kì í gbọ́ nǹkan lẹ́ẹ̀kan kò yé wa. I am not here to say that ní gbọ́ nǹkan tí bàbá Akíntóyè àti Ìgbòho bá sọ fún wa. But there are some certain things that they are not going to tell us to go and do. Nobody has said we should go and kill anybody. But lórí insecurity, you're not going to wait for anybody. We come out together. I will come down. I will come down. If I see that we are serious, I will personally come down to Nigeria. But are we serious? All these, bàbá ní àìtí lè ṣe rally, Ìgbòho a máa dúró de kó sọ ọgbà tá a máa move. Number one, we don't have 60,000 men with AK-47. Ẹgbọ́n mi dáadáa. A ní àwọn talẹ̀, kò sí àwọn tó ń jẹ́ pọ̀ mọ́ ogun. All these àwọn pera wa ní warrior yẹn, vigilante ní gbogbo wa. Because to train a full military personnel, even within the African context, is going to cost you X amount of money, which we don't have. Badúpẹ́ pé bàbá wa ti tútù gbé nínú YSDM, which I'm going to talk about because it was part of the meeting that we held with Baba Akintoye. Many people are kind of fed up with YSDM, but I can tell you that YSDM is now going through a lot of restructure. Kódà, it was during the meeting, Tashini, on the 13th, which was a week ago now, I met with the new vice or deputy chairman of the YSDM. Babayilo Giluwan Betele is no longer there because his tenure has expired. The new Ọ̀túnba tó wà níbẹ̀, after tá sọ̀rọ̀ tán nínú meeting yẹn, Intasọ is the way forward. There was a lot I can tell us. Look, I know they might be watching me right now because this platform is being watched around the world. We hit them hard. I can tell us that. I personally hit them hard. Not that we are hitting them hard because we don't love them, but we just want them to come out and tell our ọmọ Yorùbá pé àwa ní. Ibẹ̀ ara àwọn position wa. I'm talking about àwọn tí wọ́n náà ti gba country. They come out and they say they need money. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ń dáwó síbẹ̀ fún wọn. And nobody has yet questioned the money. Why then àwa ní confirm? Because àwa gbé confirm dání àkọ́ tí gba country ni. Why then should we be shy láti béèrè owó? But àwọn tẹ́ fẹ́ béèrè owó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀, wọ́n fẹ́ mọ̀ kí ni ọ̀nà tá a fi sọ pé a fẹ́ lọ. And later on, I realized that Ọ̀túnba Adebola, and I hope I got his name right, if otherwise, Emma Binusimi. I realized that some 2 years ago, if I'm right, when I came out and said, I need the support, Lori Ama Okada, he personally sent a money for one Okada. That was like some 2 years, if not 3 years ago, when the movement started. And I bought it and I sent the receipt with him. And that Okada is still being used towards the movement. Kí ni mo fẹ́ fààyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé lóòótọ́ we have seen the YSDM as iṣẹ́ ò lọ ń ṣe, but with about 100 different groups ló wà nínú ẹ̀, they are working. And they've also promised that they'll become more visible for every one of us. But àwa tá wá jókòó tá wá ń sọ pé a ti tired, a ti wà fed up, movement yìí ó ń fà sẹ́yìn. Àwa kan máa ní wèrè lórí, àwọn kan ò ní ní wèrè lórí, àwọn tó ní ní wèrè lórí àwọn ní bí YSDM. Iṣẹ́ táwọn máa wá ṣe fúnra wa ta ní wèrè lórí ni pé táwa bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ wèrè, àwọn máa wà force láti wá tọ́jú wèrè yẹn. Ṣé tá bá ní kí gbogbo akọ̀ dákẹ́ lọ́lọ́, we will sit there because on a diplomatic route ni YSDM gbé dání. And I'm being honest with us here now. Even if I know other things, it is not for public consumption. But I will just say it is on a diplomatic route. Ní ọ̀nà tó fi gba Yorùbá nation fún wa. So if you're one of those saying, níbo la délé ni, they are working on a diplomatic route. Lè expect kan jáde kan sọ fún yín pé France ń support wa. That is not how diplomacy work. Ká jáde ká wá sọ pé kódà bí British bá support wa, wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ gbọ́ lẹ́nu anybody, not even me. So the YSDM, which is the Yoruba Self-Determination Movement, they are there to represent us. Láti bá wa máa gbé àwọn ìgbésẹ̀, láti plead, à ń bẹ̀ àwọn ìlú kan, à ń bẹ̀ àwọn èèyàn kankan, iṣẹ́ táwọn gbà nìyẹn. But àwa tá wá sán lórí láàrin movement, àwa yẹn láàrin wá gbọ́n tó ń sọ láti béèrè pé insecurity tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ yìí, right ìjọba ni láti provide the security, and on that alone we can move out and start campaigning on the territory of Yoruba land. A ní lọ sí Kano ká ṣe lọ máa sọ fún wọn pé a fẹ́ protest. A ní lọ sí Lagos. They might or not, we don't know yet, because we have not tested the ground yet. Wọ́n máa ṣe wá léṣe ni, wọ́n máa kọ́ ọlọ́pàá síta ni, à ń jáde jáde pa fẹ́ dà lóru, ẹ gbọ́ mi dáadáa. À ń jáde pé a ní ètò ààbò ní orílẹ̀-èdè ilẹ̀ Yorùbá tó ń bẹ nínú Nàìjíríà. That is what we are asking for. And we see how that goes. Ta ló máa wá lead it? No, we don't need anybody to lead it. Everybody leads it. And I'm saying this, no diaspora is funding anything if they cannot see anything happening. It's as simple as that. Because they are not going to fund anything, but I am pleading with the diaspora to support the YSDM by contributing something into it, even if it's $1. Ẹ̀yin kò gbàgbé pé $1 ni, ẹ kò gbàgbé pé £1 ni, €1 ni, 1,000 naira ni. Kódà ẹ lè send the naira síbẹ̀, just if they don't ever send the euro àbí pounds. Mo bẹ̀ wá ká lọ sí wẹ́bsáìtì ysdm.org. Kí gbogbo wa tẹ́ ń gbọ́ mi títí di wákàtí àtẹni tó máa láǹfààní àti gbọ́, ẹ lọ ṣe set up direct debit £1, €1, $1. Bóyá ẹ fẹ́ máa san fúnra yín lẹ máa send ẹ̀ síbẹ̀, ọ̀kẹ́ ṣe ní automated. I plead with us, mo bẹ̀ wá. Pépà gan nílùú yìí, àwọn pépà kan wà, mo rí ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dípọ̀ tó bá wà lórí X tó ń pè ní Twitter, o gbọ́dọ̀ mọ ọ̀gbẹ́ni Dípọ̀. I think he's a lecturer here in the UK. Mo ti sọ many times, UK is a template for business center when it comes to university. Right now, many Nigerians are not going to be able to come here, not because of anything, because jẹ́ kẹ́kẹ́ dependent wọn mọ́. Láti 11th of March, month yìí, lórí COS tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ wa ti ẹ̀yìn ká má fi gbogbo ẹnu sọ̀rọ̀ tá a fi ráyè wọlé, o lè mọ ẹbí ẹ̀ kankan pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ mọ́. Tẹ́lẹ̀, family mi kan àtọkọ àti ìyàwó wọ́n kóra wọn dé ni, àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan náà láǹfààní àti lò. Ìyẹn ò ní work mọ́ nísìn. So that means lórí yẹn, problem wà níbẹ̀, but lórí student náà wọ́n ní ẹ̀ lè kó dependent wa, so it is like they are blocking us and blocking us. Kí ló dé táwa náà kúkú ṣe wèrè fún wọn nísàlẹ̀ lọ́hùn ká béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa fún insecurity ni mo ṣe ń sọ o. Ká béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa, tá a bá tẹ̀ tí béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ self determination, ẹ jẹ́ à béèrè ẹ̀tọ́ wa lórí insecurity tó ń bẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ nísìn, because it is a good ground. Tá a bá bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú insecurity, Amnesty International wà Nàìjíríà, tó bá ní kí ni wọ́n ń jà fún, wọ́n ní insecurity, okay, ìyẹn ni sójà wa ń pa wọ́n fún, àwọn nígbà. But tá a bá tẹ̀ jáde nísìn, tá a bá ní self determination, Amnesty International lè sọ júnù, ó lè náwó orí wa, even though pé wọ́n máa rí wa. And that goes with other organizations in the Southwest region. They might not buy into our movement, but they will be forced to buy into the insecurity in the land. And the insecurity is real. That alone, we can be going to, palace and let's go there. Béèyàn méjì bá wà níbẹ̀ tá a bá rí pé èèyàn méjì ni, maybe àwọn tó kù náà tẹ̀lé yín, but ká wá máa dúró pé bàbá kí tó èṣì máa sọ fún wa pé ká lọ sí palace ọba torí pé insecurity wà. They're not going to do that. Because on a diplomatic route làwọn ń lò. Bàbá ń bá àwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ on a diplomacy ni. Wọ́n máa bá àwọn kan sọ̀rọ̀ on a diplomacy ni. And they're working, to my best knowledge. But it is based on diplomacy. I will not say anything other than that, even if I know. And I use the word even if I know. We want to know me, but it is on diplomacy. Diplomatic route ni àníjà. Èyí tí bàbá kí tó yẹ sọ nìyẹn. Ètò dẹ̀ ń sọ fún gbogbo àgbáyé nìyẹn. But àwa ọmọ wọn tó bí là ń sọ pé àwa ò ní gbọ́ yẹn. And this program is coming to an end in 15 minutes. And I hope we got the message. The insecurity, we can come out and talk. I see a lot of us on different platforms, just like Beshewa Nibi by Lale. I've seen you all. At least I want to get regular as well. You might not know I'm in behind the curtains. I'm watching those programs. I see your comments. That is not going to give us Yoruba Nation. What is going to give us Yoruba Nation is for us to prove ourselves beyond reasonable doubt. Our strength is well needed at the right time now. I need strength to atokpo. It is not the repetitive of what we are saying that will give us Yoruba Nation. It is the action plan that gives us. That action plan is not something you prepare for. It comes spontaneous. And there's maximum reason, which is the insecurity. And that is why I am holding on to the insecurity for now. Because I do not want to be misquoted and misunderstood. I know what can lead after that. But let's just leave it as being insecurity. And I'm sure many of us are intelligent. We don't need guns for that. All we need is placard. We don't need NLC to give us directive because NLC is compromised. NLC, so they're not going to protest anymore for now. The same thing goes with ASU and the rest of all these different organizations. There's nobody in Nigeria that is representing us. We are going to represent ourselves, but how far are we ready? All these sit on the social media doesn't give us the insecurity that is affecting us. Oh yes, we will prepare our mind that why should this? Is it going to come for free? Thank you so much, Dizzy Man, for the super chat. I understand that there's a lot of us that are becoming tired. But Latarapa tired, you know, like, but make sure we strengthen this time. We need it more. Let's test this government by asking for insecurity. That is why I'm using the word insecurity. And I know the reason why. Test one on self-determination. Not everybody will buy into that. Let's go and test them with the insecurity. No, let us all go and do it. Spontaneous. We go to the fellas. We go there, we go back home, we come back the next day. Kuku níṣẹ́ tá à ń ṣe nílé, èmi náà níṣẹ́, gbogbo alájọ níṣẹ́. Kò ń ṣe pé mi ò lè níṣẹ́ láti lè ṣe níbẹ̀, but àjọ níṣẹ́. And like I said, I will come and join you. But we have to be seeing that we're serious. And I hope that this message goes to all the platforms that continue to say, Mr. Koiki, we are going through a diplomacy with the movement. But if that is what we are going to wait for, Emma, we're very patient, because I said it from the beginning. Even Koto Dipe relationship in Matoloye de Nimotsopa Maja. Elo will broadcast me from the day one. I have said it clear point, because I know that in time fight, conscienta commence pa fe wonu Tesco afe ama lora lórí shelf. Ama wonu shelf yẹn, ama wonu Tesco ada gbogbo Tesco yẹn rú àwa tunto. Nínú ẹ̀ ìgò máa fọ́, agúnyàn lẹ́sẹ̀, nínú ẹ̀ nǹkan kan máa ṣẹlẹ̀. Bọ́ká kọ̀ máa jókòó à ń ṣe meeting, à ń ṣe Zoom, ẹ̀dẹ̀ àwa kí rẹ̀pọ̀ wa, ìmọ̀lẹ̀ tí kíní kan wà pẹ̀lú rẹ̀pọ̀. Nídìí rẹ̀pọ̀ kankan, a máa lọ yanjú ẹ̀. Resolution máa wà lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Peace resolution máa wà. Àwọn tá bá jọ upset ara wa. I've appreciated Adeyinka grandson. I don't know him. Kò ń ṣe pé tó ló bú mi. No, I read his statement. I've said it that bí wọ́n ṣe mú sínú prison, I'm not happy. Tí Britain ò bá kó gbogbo apapọ̀ ní, probability pàdé Adeyinka grandson bá wá kàwé bí a ti padà lọ́lé. Èmi náà ti padà lọ́lé. Àjọ máa lọ tẹ̀ka síra wa lójú lọ́hùn. Just like that. Ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn English náà máa ń tẹ̀ka síra wọn lójú ní bíbá. Wọ́n tẹ̀ka síra wọn lójú. But it's because what it is. He was locked up for almost 2.5 years. Kó tó di pé gba freedom ẹ̀. Látara pé ó ń béèrè fẹ́tọ̀ ẹ̀. Ọ̀nà tó ń fi ń béèrè, ó lè yàtọ̀ sọ́nà tèmi fi ń béèrè. Sọ pé ká lọ sẹ́tù ìjà pẹ̀lú àwọn kan, ibo lẹ ti fẹ́ kí ni máa kọrin pẹ̀yìn pẹ̀lú ẹni tó ṣe. Àwa tá a bá ti rẹ́dì ká da gbogbo ẹ̀rú ká àwọn tó kọ́ àmọ́ bá wa lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Nobody has monopoly to violence. Ṣé gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà Nàìjíríà tájọ wà lórí movement, àtẹ̀yin tẹ́ sí nínú movement, ṣèbí insecurity affect gbogbo wa nísìn. Okay, support Olóyè, support Baba Akintoye, but insecurity ti affect gbogbo wa báyìí. Oh, I mean, it will not cost a lot of things to affect ilẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́ni. And nothing is going to change anytime soon. We can sit here 3 hours, 4 hours. I have the strength. Call on to both money, àlàáfíà tá máa fi ṣe. But the real deal is we have to be out there and demand what belongs to us through a peaceful means. But when something is not peaceful anymore, it becomes violent. Even the Bible, violent one in way. Quran ni violent. Ìṣẹ̀ṣe náà ni violent. But if we don't want violence, then àwọn tó ń darí wa, tó ń náà ń darí wa, kó provide the security fún wa now. Kó provide security fún wa ká lè move freely. Okay, tí bá fẹ́ ṣe business tí mo involve logistics, tí mo dẹ̀ ní tó fẹ́ kó mọ́tò 20 fún mi pé Koiki máa fi ná Ogun State lọ sí Kwara kí n kó àwọn èèyàn sínú ẹ̀kọ́ kidnap wọn. Ṣe fi pé business ẹ̀ máa survive. Mo lè bá àwọn òyìnbó sọ̀rọ̀ níbí báyìí. A máa sign agreement náà ni. Ó dẹ̀ ẹ kó mọ́tò fún mi 20. Màá dẹ̀ máa san fún yín díẹ̀díẹ̀. Màá dẹ̀ wá partner. But ibo ni ó lè fún mi lówó? Interstate tàbí outside ló máa fún mi lówó. Màá wò pé long distance ló máa fún mi lówó. Nínú long distance yẹn ló ti kidnap bọ̀bọ̀ tẹ̀gbọ́n wọn nísìn. It was a transport system tó set up dáadáa. Tó yẹ kókó just like bí mi náà ṣe máa wọ National Express àbí fixed bus. Night coach wà, èmi tẹ̀ like ẹ̀. Àkọ́ máa lọ dání. Kọ́ wá stop National Express láàrin ọ̀nà kọ́kọ́ wá wọnú igbó. Ṣe rí pé business yẹn ò lè work. A lot of diaspora wants to invest, but they cannot invest in a country that has got insecurity. So it is up to us to decide what we want. We are still 6,000 kilometers away, but we feel your pain. We are not doing anything that is against the law. And moreover, I might not agree with Tinubu and I don't believe in, but a ṣì gbéyẹ̀wò tó bá ṣe ń lékè àṣà àwọn Fúlàní pé àwọn Yorùbá ló ń jáde fún security. Ó dà bí a kọ́ ọlọ́pàá díẹ̀ síbẹ̀ fún wọn, kọ́ fún wọn ní kankan tó máa fi jẹ́ kí ààbò wà ní Southwest, because as far as I can see, Tinubu is not investing in the Southwest. Kò dẹ̀ ń ṣẹ́jú ẹ̀, pressure wà gan. There's a lot going on in Nigeria. Ṣé fi pé Tinubu ló fún ọ ní ọ̀dà pé kó lọ wipe àwọn ọmọ Delta State? Kò ń ṣe Tinubu, Sultan of Sokoto ni. Tinubu can be as evil, but kò tí evil tó Ọbásanjọ́ tó ní kó lọ pa wọn ní Bayelsa, kó wipe gbogbo village yẹn. Because mo monitor statement presidency jáde lẹ́ni, military dẹ̀ ti lọ lynch havoc ní that region. I'm not here sitting down to say wọ́n pa 16 soldiers, but Fulani pa more than 40 soldiers. I posted the video. Ẹ lọ wo lórí Instagram mi àti lórí X, tá ń pè ní Twitter. 40 soldiers làwọn Fulani pa dànù. Wọ́n ṣe lọ sí community yẹn kó wipe gbogbo wọn off. Wọ́n ṣe yẹn now. And moreover, for people to kill the military, tó yọ heart wọn, tó gé orí wọn, definitely something more than Nigeria is not going to be peaceful. It is going to be much more dangerous place to live. Some of us will just survive it with prayer, which is what the guy said. Because faith to believe me. Tó bá yẹ pé mi náà lọ mú ni, màá sọ pé àdúpẹ́ fún inshallah. Tó bá jẹ́ pé oníṣẹ̀ṣe ni, àná òun dúpẹ́ fún ìṣẹ̀ṣe. Òun dúpẹ́ látara pé ẹ̀sìn tó gbé dání ni. Nobody's coming to free you. We have to free ourselves. And like I always say before I go, the West would not want us to be free. Gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ tó ń gbé kò ń ṣe pé láti free wa. Àwa la máa sọ fún wọn pé we are ready to free ourselves. I appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, it's not enough strength to start mentioning your names. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ibi látara gbàgbé ìrìnàjò dání, ẹ̀ ń gbìyànjú, but ẹ try. I know you're watching, but mo sọ fún yín pé ọmọ Yorùbá lèmi náà. Owó ló máa jẹ, kò ní jàgbàdo. Àfi tó bá yẹ pé nínú ilé tèmi ń sùn tí mò ń jí, nǹkan míì ni mò ń sọ tó yàtọ̀ sí Yorùbá nation. Pẹ̀lú ìyàwó, ẹlòmíì ìyàwó yìí ò mọ tẹ́ ń ṣe. Wọ́n kọ́ mọ̀ pé máa ń jókòó gbọ́ mi ni, torí ẹ̀ ń discuss pẹ̀lú wọn pé bí Nàìjíríà ṣe máa pín. Ẹ lè má agree. Àwọn ọmọ yìí ò mọ tẹ́ ń ṣe. Àwọn ọmọ mi títí kan kéékèèké ọmọ tí mò ń ṣe. Èmi ni wá máa ń ṣe yẹn kí a máa sáré pé torí à ń sáré fún kí ìran wa lè dà. Kí wá máa gbé ìgbésẹ̀. Gbogbo platform wa ẹ bàjẹ́. Sí tí mo kúkú lówó lórí ẹ̀ yàtọ̀ sí tí àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń send the super chat láti bí almost 1 year. It's not the end of the world. If I don't work in this country for 1 year, the first thing totally affect me ni ebi ò ní pa mí. And I'm talking about for 1 year kí n má lọ síbi iṣẹ́, kí n kàn máa sùn, kí n máa jí. Mo ní jalè, but màá ṣì survive. But ṣé wọn náà lè ṣe the same thing in Nigeria? Kò má ṣiṣẹ́ fún ọdún kan. Torí pé yàtọ̀ wà. That is what makes us different. Because I have lived in a system that I know very well. You have also lived in Nigeria that you know very well, but it is not helping you. This country, as bad, as good, as ugly, there is always Màá lọ sí charity ibi tó kódà tí bá dé Central London lálẹ́ màá ṣe mu tí ọ̀fẹ́ màá jẹun ọ̀fẹ́ tó àwọn kan máa ń gbóúnjẹ wá síbẹ̀ màá kọ́ táìmù gbogbo wọn ni. But the only thing ni pé àwọn ọmọ mi kọ́ yes wọ́n ṣì máa survive because àwọn kan máa ń fún wa ní owó. Thank you so much for watching from Poland. Love you. Thank you so much. Canadian trucker. I have said the way forward. I'm not repeating myself. You can rewind the broadcast if you've just joined us. I have only limited time to go now. Nobody wants us to be free. The world is an evil place. And they're doing everything to make sure that that continent that is so beautiful called Africa is not going to survive. But we're going to survive if we all pull ourselves together. I am just playing my part from the media angle. I am not perfect, but there's no perfection because Britain was never perfect when they were stealing from us. Church of England was stealing from us. They were not stealing gold. They were not stealing diamond. They were actually stealing human beings. Church of England. That is violent. Church of England was stealing human being. Èèyàn báyìí ni wọ́n jí. And for 500 years, Britain made sure that they stole human being for 500 years, which is the slave trade. And if you think that they will let you go without fighting back, we will all be very stupid. We must prepare our mind to go. And I say thank you so much for joining. You will catch me when you catch me. But I played with us. Go and set up $1, £1, €1, 1,000 naira to support YSDA. They need funding. I am not joking. That funding can give us some leeway, but they need the funding. Emakogbo broadcast lásán lẹ́ni. Ẹ lọ sí www.ysdm.org, not .com, org. Ẹ lọ fún wọn ní $1, £1, €1. It will go a long way. No Yoruba elite will fund this movement. And on that note, I salute everybody. It's been a while, but we are here. We are not going anywhere. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. Whether you're new to the platform, I know a lot of you are new, especially those of you that probably thought we hate Tinubu. I don't hate Tinubu, but I just don't trust him. And I don't see him helping us out to save ourselves. Whatever his agenda, they are trying to suppress that agenda. Let us pull ourselves out before Tinubu finish his tenure. Happy Sunday. We are now 18th March 2024. 2 hours on the dot. I gotta go now. Mokiwa Lori Mixelar. Mokiwa Wen Grammar. Mokiwa Wen Tebirbe Kilo Shemi Timu Jade. Like I said, I am just doing what I can do. We are not giving up. The world is a wicked place. Yoruba got to move faster than 3 years ago. Tinubu back by the government, that solutions there will be a serious civil war in Nigeria. We can still stop it to some minimum now. Thank you so much. Have a very good morning. We play the anthem and then we move from here. Moki Atobimile Nkosi, Moki Buboyin. Like I said, Emma Ikindaruko, because there's a lot of people on the broadcast, but I appreciate every single one of you. Emina Lankwe OLAYOMI KOIKI, the last man standing. Moki Awomile Nkosi, Moki Wan Timni, Tajon Shishe, Torí Emi kọ́ ló ń pè ní Koiki. Àwùjọ àwọn ọmọ ta kó sí abẹ́. You'll be getting more from Benin, but we need the funding. Only nǹkan tá a fẹ́ gbé jáde láti bẹ̀. So more broadcast in Egun and France, Mama Jade, láti Benin Republic, with the Koikimedia team. Thank you so much. And on that note, we play the anthem. Moki Ubwani, the 7th continent of the world, Tetingbomi. I feel a lot of you at home. The pain is too much, but we have to come together and stop it. Oranyola Masun, Odaro. Bye for now. For you, lady. Ìgbàgbọ́ àti ìbẹ̀rù àṣìṣe ìṣọ̀kan ìkẹjẹ ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká máa lè gbà tẹ̀síwájú ọ̀pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára ọmọ Oòduà dìde ọ̀sì ipò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo aláǹkàṣe. Ìmọ́lẹ̀. Wọ́n ní gbalẹ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́ láṣẹ Èdùmàrè lórúkọ Jésù Kristi, inshallah. If you love this outfit, see some of you are saying, Koiki, I love, this is what it looks like in full. Ode Bashokotowa. Hello, sorry, Instagram, Omitaf Culture, or get in touch with me, and you can also have this, and they can ship it to you anywhere in the world. I can guarantee that. I don't promote any businesses on this platform, but I know about these very well. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Odaro. Good night. Good night. Mo kí wọn tó wà lórí mixer láàrún. Aláwọ̀ bàbá. Mo kí gbọ́n